or a class would not be complete without a delicious dessert. And again, to kind of go on this theme of making sure that you are incorporating proteins to the different meals that you're baking, we're kind of doing a play on a breakfast. So using pancakes. I love having breakfast for dinner time, but it's something that you could have for breakfast or a snack. And so we're going to bump this up again with some added protein. Again, this is really important. I'll mention it again. When people go in for transplant surgery, often the research indicates that there's many people who come in who are already malnourished. Right. So, and this is just the nature of the disease sometimes. And so really important to, get enough protein. And then even afterwards during the recovery, because protein helps with healing, it helps support a healthy immune system, right? So getting enough these and also providing you with energy. So making sure that we have enough. And now everybody's needs are different. So I would recommend somebody, if you're wondering, well, how much protein should I be eating? Speak with a registered dietitian who could create that kind of amount for you. Just to give you an idea, it might be like your weight in kilograms and taking 1.2 to 1.3 grams per kilogram. So, up to you. Please do the math. Otherwise, definitely speak to a registered dietitian to calculate that for you and to provide you with the options of how much protein is per serving in the different foods.
Yes, jumping into our pancake. So like Steph talked about, this is a nice little, breakfast, could be like a treat, right? And we're doing something a little bit different here. So we're going to be making some sweet potato pancakes, and we are going to be making them sort of a little more high protein to really highlight a lot of what Steph has already been talking about, to add some more protein and ways in which we can add some more protein. So bring it down here. For our pancakes, again, this is not going to be your typical pancake. We're using a sweet potato. So roast the sweet potato in the oven until it's nice and soft, okay? For me, it took about an hour at 375, just until you can feel by pressing on it that it's nice and soft, and you can see how easy it is to peel at this point. And it's super rich and caramelized. So that's exactly what we're looking for. You can also use pumpkin puree from a can. That will work just as well in this, okay? So if you have some sweet potatoes, go for it. They're so tasty and really, really easy to cook. But otherwise, there's a lot of canned pumpkins in the grocery store these days, so you can probably use that as well. Okay, so we're going to peel this. And we're going to add it to our blender here. All right. We're just getting all kinds of messy. So that's right. All right. And then to that, we're going to add about a cup of egg whites. Now, we're using these pasteurized egg whites. This is what you would typically find in the grocery store. In where they have the eggs, you can find these boxed versions of egg whites. These are pasteurized, okay? So yes, we are cooking these fully, but sometimes with pancakes, the center is not like fully, completely done all the time. And if you're using raw eggs, it could be a little bit of a risky situation unless you're temping every single one in the middle to make sure it's cooked all the way through. Okay, so these we are cooking through, but it is also pasteurized for extra safety. Okay, so we're adding about a cup.
Yeah, and just on that note, like if you are using eggs in a dish, you want to cook until the middle reaches a safe temperature. So it's 74 degrees Celsius, so that you might, use like one of those cooking thermometers. If you cook an egg, you want to make sure that the yolk is firm. and any type of like eggnog that you might have. The holidays are coming up, right? You want to make sure that it is heated to 71 degrees Celsius. And then anything that's store-bought, like a store-bought eggnog, you do want to make sure that it is pasteurized. So again, just looking for that description on the label is really important in terms of making sure that you are being food safe. So when your immune system is compromised, you might not be able to fight against any type of bacteria growth or on food or food poisoning, right? So you do want to make sure that everything is, that you're going according to guidelines.
Okay, so we have our sweet potato in here. We have our egg white in here. So 1 cup of each, okay? So the sweet potato, this is about a medium sweet potato, but you want to level it off to 1 cup. 1 cup of the egg whites. And then we're going to add just a pinch of cinnamon. This is for flavor. So again, not necessary for the pancake. If you don't like cinnamon, you don't have to use it, but we're going to add a little bit. And then we're going to be adding 2 big tablespoons of ground flax, okay, to this. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to help to firm the pancakes up. There is no flour in these pancakes, okay? It's all pretty much just the sweet potato and the egg white, okay? So the flour would typically firm it up. It would prevent it from being too runny, and it's going to give you that sort of structure. Here, that's what the flax is going to do. Okay, it's going to help to soak up any of that excess moisture, so that we don't have to have like a really runny pancake or something closer to like a crepe batter. Okay, so we're going to add that ground flax in there.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
And just on that note, there's nothing wrong with flour. Like if you wanted to use that, you can do that as well. In terms of the measurements, I'll let Jer share what that difference would be. But in terms of ground flax seeds, there's really great healthy fats that you can find inside of them. And it's those omega-3 fatty acids. We cannot make that in our body, so we need to get that through food. And there are very important benefits in terms of heart health, reducing inflammation in the body for those omega-3 fatty acids. So, again, just sprinkling that onto a soup or in a salad, or in a soup smoothie is a great way to bulk or like add in some of those healthy fats through ground flax seeds.
Ready to blend. 4 ingredients, pretty simple. Blender on, turn it on medium. Sorry, probably should have said it was going to get loud. Just until combined, okay? Beautiful. That's our pancake batter. So really, really easy. And it's ready for the pan. I do see a question. We're going to get to you in a second. We're going to pour this into our pan. So it's a non-stick pan, and you can put a little bit of oil or a little bit of butter. You don't need too much. It is a non-stick pan, but I'm not taking any chances with pancake butter or pancake batter. Okay, and we're going to pour this out. Okay, so here we go. Hey, you know what? Pancam goes down.
I think this looks great.
Bring the laptop over.
Yeah.
All right, so that's what we're looking for. So you can see the edges already starting to change color. So that's what we're looking for. And you want it at about a minute and a half. Now, when I make pancakes, I always try to give it a little shake every once in a while, just to make sure that we don't end up with a mess, okay? So give it a shake, make sure that we're moving, which is good in this case, and we'll be able to flip it, I would say in about another 60 seconds, okay? We'll come back in a moment. We'll bring it back.
Jared, did you see that this was like thinner kind of than usual pancake mix, or?
No, I would say it's pretty similar to a regular pancake batter, but that's why you have to add the flax. If I didn't add the flax, it would be a little bit on the thinner side. Okay?
Gotcha.
And also make sure it's ground flax. Don't add whole seeds; that won't do anything.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we have
it's
a
fine
question.
from a nutrition point, but it won't absorb the water, right? The
Exactly.
flax seeds, ground flax seeds act like kind of like oats, right, where they soak up that water. Now, just on that note, if you are someone who wants to add even more protein to this, we have the pasteurized eggs, but for some people, adding a protein powder might be beneficial, or even like a nutritional supplement. So like Ensure, I know that on their website, they have great recipes to make all sorts of dishes with those nutritional supplements. I haven't seen one, but I could very much guess that you can find a pancake mix using those as well. So for some people, it's really important to they can't get enough protein through food. So making sure that you're doing that as well.
Okay. I'm going to flip this guy because I can already see it starting to turn. Remember, the first pancake is the test, okay? It's not always going to be your best one. That's where you're going to sort of figure out your heat. And we're going to flip this. This might be our first pancake flip on our YouTube live stream.
Whoa.
Oh, that's stuck. All right, so right at the back. Whoa, okay.
Ooh.
We got a flip here. A little dark, it's okay. See, that's why it's the test. So we're going to go a little less time on the next one. But that's pretty much what we're looking for, okay? And that's why you make some in advance, right?
Yeah.
There we go. There's our beautiful little
so
potato pancakes. This one's going to take, again, another probably minute for the other side. But that is our last recipe. Now, there was a question. Is it generally better to buy pasteurized things in general? Steph, you can answer
yes, good question. So in terms of food safety, yes. So pasteurization is a method that is for certain products. You will see pasteurized, juice, milk, cheese, eggs. And basically what it's doing is killing off all the bacteria. So it's heated at a specific temperature in order to get rid of bacteria that could form in these products. So yes, you do want to always make sure that you're buying pasteurized. Now there's only a certain amount of certain foods that will be pasteurized. So, a juice, honey, liquid eggs. Obviously, if you're using regular eggs, that's okay. You don't have to buy liquid, but you do want to make sure that you cook it to the appropriate temperatures. So very often, if you're going to like a farmer's market or kind of a health food store, with the practices that some people put in place is not as high as, if you were to buy in a grocery store. So I'm not saying these things are not good, but if you do have a compromised immune system, like going through cancer treatment or you've received a transplant, my recommendation is to make sure that you double check the label. I think that, asking the person who's selling it to you saying, oh, yes, it's fine, might not be enough. So you do want to play it safe with pasteurized foods. Hope that answers the question. Let us know if there's anything else. Were there any other questions, Jer? So we meet here on the third Thursday of every month, 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock for a live cooking and nutrition demonstration. And this is our virtual classroom.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to enjoy my sweet potato pancakes. So
all right, enjoy.
We'll say farewell for now. And thank you guys for joining us. And a couple more comments, but no questions. Okay. Thanks everyone for joining us today. We will see you in November. Stay safe and happy cooking.
Happy cooking. Bye.
Bye-bye.